The Supersport racing yesterday, unbelievably tight. We saw Callum Spriggs make his way back to the front of the pack after, fair to say, a couple of disappointing rounds at the beginning of this season.
Yeah, well, he has been injured, and I spoke to him yesterday morning and said, about time I get back on the podium and get it happening, and he did that. He took a race win yesterday. Seeing on screen there, number 65, Troy Gunther, who's one of the new young stars of Australian road racing. We haven't seen a lot of him racing on our shores, but he's raced in Japan, also done a little bit in Europe, I think, as well. So he's not new to the sport at all, but he's new to our screens here with our as we get ready for a race start.
Had two good results yesterday with 2 seconds and a third, but it is Callum Spriggs and Troy Gunther that get the best jump off the line. But look at Braden Elliott on board bike number 7. He should tip into turn 1 in
Callum
the lead.
Spriggs around the outside.
Well, Callum Spriggs knows Queensland Raceway extremely well. He's done a lot of laps around here, and yesterday he was unbeatable, and so far he's proved to be the class act of the field, just getting that, not the best jump off the line, but certainly leading down into turn 1.
It's great to see him back. He's not at full strength after his injuries, but he's 99% of the way there, you could say, and back up to full forwards. Brady Elliott looks up the inside, and he's going to pull it off. Callum has to stand it up there, or he was going to get T-boned. So, and he shakes his head in protest there, but that's racing.
It is, and Braden Elliott's got a very good mentor, Sean Giles, that's had some good results around here at Queensland Raceway, and Giles has been concentrating with Braden on the things that they know that they can do extremely well, and just trying to make the most of their package. And braking late and turning the motorcycle is what Braden Elliott thinks the real strengths of the Suzuki are. And at the moment, he's leading from Callum Spriggs. Troy Gunther, who, as we said, 2 second places and a third in yesterday's program. Luke Mitchell on board bike number 6. He's having his best ride of the weekend so far as well. He's up there into about 4th or 5th place on board bike number 6, just ahead of Michael Blair, Jay Precipio, and Rick Olsen, who was the man of the moment at the last round with 3 from 3.
And talking about good class Supersport riders, I think I saw Mark Aitchison floating around the pits there yesterday, Phil.
Yeah, well, of course, he's been riding in the Asian Road Race Championships with Michael Blair as well, and Callum Spriggs has also been going over and doing a bit of that, so he's probably just coming out to see how his compatriots are going. We look back in the pack there, there's Paul Young on board bike number 96.
Spriggs returns the favour to Braden Elliott there. He pulls up. Geez, if he pulls that up, that's a fantastic move from a long way back.
He's run a fraction wide.
But it's a bit of a rejuvenated 600cc Supersport category, I think, this season.
Yeah, 25 entries here this weekend, Trev, and equal largest amount of entries, along with the Kawasaki Insurance Ninja 300 Cup.
Spriggs up under the inside of Elliott there. Elliott looks to come back in between bell helmets 4 and 5, but Spriggsy keeps it together. So these boys playing hard out here in this first Supersport race. It's an 8-lapper. This is half the race distance of the Superbike class.
Best race for Braden Elliott so far this weekend as well, Trev, because yesterday he was, just didn't seem to have an answer for Callum Spriggs, but whatever he's done overnight, he's come out all pumped up. I know he's been suffering a little bit with the flu the last couple of days. He did say this morning he actually didn't feel too bad, so maybe that's just the fillip that he needed as Rick Olsen goes up the inside of Luke Mitchell. And Ricky Olsen had some bad luck yesterday, had to start a fair way back in the grid, moved his way forward. Then when he did move his way forward in one race, got a good result. The next race, he actually ran off the track down there at Honda Corner, turn 6, and that put him way back in the field, although he did start from pole position, courtesy of his fastest lap of yesterday's racing program on board bike number 20, the Kawasaki Connection machine. But look at the battle there of the two Yamahas, Luke Mitchell and Jay Precipio. Someone goes wide.
Goes all the way off in the dirt there.
I think that was Cambridge Oliver on bike number 9.
See Spriggsy just building a couple of tenths over Elliott now, so 12.8 last time around for, as we see.
It is Cambridge Oliver on board bike number 9. I think he's trying to get the bike started again, but I'll tell you what, he's pretty deep in the gravel there.
Those Dunlops have got no knobs on them.
No, and we'll need to get that bike. He's back out on track and has regained at the rear of the field, but at the moment, at the front of the field.
Michael Blair's a man on the move as well with Rick Olsen there, Phil. I think he's close and going to be interested to see the lap times this time around when they cross the stripe.
Paul Young just also getting the better of Mitch Levy there as they came around through Honda Corner turn 6. In fact, Young is actually glued to the back of Luke Mitchell and Jay Precipio on board bike number 5. They're all making their way forward together.
Our Sydney Motorsports Park dominator Rick Olsen is now the new fastest man on the circuit with a 12.6. The top 4 all into the 12s, but Rick's the man on a mission.
And Rick Olsen has actually managed to find his way ahead of the local man, Troy Gunther, who So as we said, Trev, he's only 16 years old. He's done plenty of racing internationally. The first 3 rounds of the championship, he had never seen the circuit before he arrived there on the Thursday afternoon and first raced on Friday. He said Queensland Raceway is going to be great because I've actually done laps around here before I know which way the track goes.
and he's probably struggling here a little bit more here today than what he or we would have expected, because he's been very, very strong at the other rounds. And he's a nice young kid too. So
only
got a
16
long way
years
to go.
of age, and as you said, he still can't even qualify for a motorcycle licence in any state in Australia. But he's certainly got plenty of racing prowess under his belt at the moment. As well, Michael Blair's the one that's made a big comeback from yesterday, as Jay Precipio goes down the inside of Luke Mitchell on the race centre machine. And very busy in the race centre pit this weekend, because it's only Jay and his team manager Darren Scriberis that are here this weekend, the two of them trying to look after the motorcycle. And Darren Scriberis said this morning, he said, I really hope it doesn't rain because I don't want to have to be changing too many tyres this weekend.
It's a really, really close fight there, and see Youngie just on the back of that group with in the fight for fighting for 5th place. So between 5th and 9th, there's only about 0.3 of a second. And Kyle Buckley in his first year in Supersport, and is just a couple of seconds further behind in 10. Braden Elliott, a man on screen there on the very fluoro-coloured number 7 Suzuki GSX-R 600. Little birdie whispered in my ear earlier this week, Phil, that he's about to take delivery of a GSX-R 1000.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him move up very swiftly. Speaking of moving up very swiftly, Rick Olsen has a big look up the inside of Michael Blair, who just saw him coming, let the brakes off and just rolled into the corner a little bit more, but they're right onto the back of Braden Elliott now. And
Rick Olsen, again, the fastest man on the circuit that last lap around with a 12.19.
And essentially 0.3 of a second faster than anyone else out there.
And Blair up the inside of Elliott, and Olsen also going up the inside.
Yep.
So from second to fourth in one foul swoop, as Blair gets a bit of hippy shake happening there.
Actually, I just saw out in the corporate facility up here at Queensland Raceway, the Trinder brothers, Steve and Craig Trinder, and of course they're big fans of Rick Olsen, know him from many, many years of racing together, and they'll be watching his progress with interest as he makes his way around through the long turn 2 now and out onto the very long the back straight here, the Dunlop back straight, and down into Dunlop corner. Look at the way he just gets in behind. He said that the power of the Kawasaki is unbelievable. Rick Olsen's actually in a unique position, Trev. Unlike a lot of the riders in this field, he has actually ridden the Yamaha in factory race trim along with the Kawasaki, and he said it's amazing how each bike has its own little intricacies, and just getting a hold on them has seen him get up to speed now and going very well on the Kawasaki.
Even though all these machines are essentially so similar, they almost virtually the same bore, and so almost virtually the same everything. Just minor little differences, but yeah, they all have certainly, it's all separate character. There's you see Rise get a foot off the peg there.
Was that Youngie? A bit of a head shake there on board bike number 96. Of course, not having everything the own way in his Supersport class like he is in the Ninja 300 at the moment.
Some sparks blown up by Luke Mitchell there.
And I think Mitch Levy was right in there as well, throwing up some sparks as well on the Levy Motorsport machine, bike number 68.
So only a second covers this top 3, and Braden Elliott in 4th place will be desperate to ensure that he gets that Suzuki on the podium.
So we're on lap 7 now with 6 completed of this 8-lap journey, and I think both Blair and Rick Olsen and Braden Elliott on board bike number 7 have got a little bit of work to do if they're going to try and peg back our race leader. At the moment, Callum Spriggs, who, speaking of pegging them back, he's just pegged the ears back all weekend, and he's just led everyone a very merry chase at the moment, and they just don't seem to have an answer for the young Queenslander.
Oh, somebody's off there.
Oh, that's Mitch Levy.
It's a bit
he's giving the HRD leathers a bit of a workout there.
It's a bit of gravel falling out of that R6 there.
Yeah, I think Dad Keith may have a little bit of work to do after that one.
It's a very unceremonious end to what was being a great race, but I think Ricky Olsen's about to mount a challenge up the inside of Michael Blair here.
Here he comes, looking pretty smooth. Looking pretty smooth on the brakes there was Rick Olsen too, on board the Kawasaki Connection Kawasaki ZX6.
Now are these boys going to be able to claw that gap back down to Spriggsy?
Well, Rick Olsen, as they come across the line, was the fastest man on track, I think, on the last lap with a 12.3. A 12.6 for our race leader, Callum Spriggs. A 12.9 for Michael Blair. A 12.6 for also Braden Elliott. So he may also be trying to mount a charge onto the back of Michael Blair as well, and looking to try and get up on that podium.
Blair's responded to Olsen's challenge. He's right in the slipstream. Is he going to pull out here as they head down to Dunlop turn 3? Up the inside. Going to park it under Rick Olsen. Will he be able to Rick be able to go back up the inside on the exit
that
here?
was very well done by Michael Blair there to maintain his position on the track and hit the apex of that corner. Olsen looks like he's going to be on the inside as they come down towards the two left-handers, turns 4 and 5 for the last time. But no, Blair, still maintains that second position.
And geez, we've been so busy we haven't noticed it's the last lap. So this is the battle for right down to the wire here. We see here, it looks as though Spriggs is going to be okay. Olsen looks up the inside of Michael Blair. Can't quite pull it off. So it's going to have to be a switch back to the inside. But no, I think Blair's going to hold on to that second position.
Yep, that was a good last lap from Michael Blair. But, a good 8 laps for Callum Spriggs, who takes the win. Michael Blair gets the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. Well, we said it was a good last lap. A 12.132 for Michael Blair. Set the fastest lap of the race and takes second position from Rick Olsen. Braden Elliott will finish in 4th place. Troy Gunther will finish in 5th.
And then Jay Precipio, Luke Mitchell and Paul Young. So Paul Young ranks out the top 8. Cole Buckley sneaks up to 9th there due to the misfortune of Mitch Levy, who dug a bit of dirt up.
Yes, unfortunately, but it looks like Mitch has actually got going and will finish in 17th position, just ahead of Patrick Lee.
See Michael Blair waving to the crowd there on the Finson's Motorsport R6 there on the cool-down lap. Won't be too long before we'll see those boys down in Park Vale. Maybe you have confirmation of results. Callum Spriggs, another local rider, YZF R6 from All-Site Concreting, takes the race win ahead of Michael Blair and Rick Olsen, the first Kawasaki home, and Braden Elliott, the first Suzuki. So Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki is our top 4. Troy Gunther 5th. I don't think you'd be happy with that, Phil.
No, not after 2 seconds and a third yesterday, and was really well and truly in the mix. So I'm not sure what's happened this morning to young Troy Gunther, but I'm sure he'll bounce back in the next one.
Well done, congratulations, Callum. A fantastic effort for the Yamaha team.
Yeah, I jumped off into a good start though, and the R6 is getting good start, so that's what helps. And for the first part of the race, and yeah, just trying to put my head down and go for it. Seeing I was mixing up Elliot a little bit at the start there, but that was good fun. And yeah, just like to thank Frank and Matt from Bike Tech, just to get my bike working awesome this weekend. And yeah, just All-Site Concrete Carton and YRD, Yamaha, and yeah, just like to thank them and see what we can do in the next one. Looks like it's going to be a good one.
Well, it was a pretty intense battle behind you. Were you aware of how close these guys were battling?
Yeah, well, the lap board says it's +0 the whole time, so just trying to put your head down and just do the best you can, and hopefully they don't get around you.
All right, good luck, mate. We look forward to seeing you again later on this afternoon in race 2.
Right, I can't wait.
Well, congratulations, a fantastic effort out there. You did a good job, but it was pretty intense there with a battle towards the end with Rick.
Yeah, you know, me and Rick didn't make it easy for ourselves. I think we were 4th and 5th on the first lap or something. So, yeah, we had to battle hard through the pack where Cal kind of got away off the start. So, hopefully we'll get a cleaner start in the next one and be able to chase him down.
Is there anything you can change on the bike between now and then to make it a little bit easier for you?
No, you know, the Yamaha's working perfectly. It's just, just getting out of the gate. That's pretty much the key. So, yeah, we'll just go back and work on a few techniques and be ready for the next one.
Well, we'll let you go back, recoup, talk about it, and see you back here again in race 2.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Rick, congratulations. The Kawasaki Connection entry certainly percolated well there, but you made it tough on yourself.
Yeah, once again, you know, not the best starts. I have to do something for the next 2 because, you know, you can't let these boys get in front of you, otherwise they're too hard to catch. So I'll have to try and get a good start in the next one and see how we go.
Well, you're a man that has risen challenge after challenge in your racing career. One of the biggest challenges was getting this Kawasaki to perform well. It's now a matter of getting the rider to perform well.
Well, that's it. You know, Glenn Willie and Kawasaki Connection, they got this thing, as it proved at Eastern Creek, you know, it can win. And I've just got to get it together in these next ones and get it to the front where it belongs.
On a personal note, how important is it to have your wife and baby here with you this weekend?
Yeah, no, it's great. They love coming to the races, so it's always good having them here to, you know, feel like you're at home, sort of, more close to home. So, yeah, no, it's good. It's good that they come out and enjoy it too.
Well, there's no pressure, I believe, on your shoulders now. Just get the bloody start right.
Yeah, get the start and try and get some wins so I can make a dent in this championship.
Good on you, mate. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Well, speaking of making a dent in the championship, Trev, he's actually not doing too bad. I think he's moved up here about 3rd place overall, considering that he missed the first round. That's a pretty solid effort from Rick Olsen.
I consider he's been out of racing for a little while as well.
Yeah, hadn't ridden a motorcycle since the last round of the championship last year, where he was riding for Team Yamaha, until the second round of the championship. So not bad. Now, the bikes have been going extremely fast around here at Queensland Raceway all weekend. Let's slow it down a little bit and have a look at some of the great slow motion footage that's been taken so far.